Okay, let's learn Unit 14 from Oxford Word Skills Intermediate. This unit is about types of disaster and their effects. So number 1, hurricane. This word is used especially of storms in the Western Atlantic. It is a violent storm with very strong winds. In other parts of the world, especially Asia, it is called a typhoon. As I said, it's a powerful tropical storm with strong winds and heavy rain. For example, the hurricane caused widespread damage along the coast. Earthquake is a sudden violent movement of the ground causing damage. Here we have new vocabularies like violent. And violence means characterized by extreme force or intensity, often causing destruction or harm. For example, the violent storm uprooted trees and damaged homes. Okay. And about typhoon, a tropical storm similar to a hurricane occurring in the Western Pacific or Indian Ocean. Earthquake, a sudden violent movement of the ground causing damage, as you can see in the picture number 2. So, tidal wave, a very large ocean wave that is caused by a storm or earthquake and which destroys things when it reaches land. For example, the tidal wave swept away entire villages along the shore. Volcanic eruption. A volcano is a mountain with a hole in the top, and when it erupts, hot gases and lava are forced out into the air and onto the surrounding land. Volcano is a mountain or hill with an opening through which lava, ash, and gases are expelled. Drought. A long period with no rain. Crops die and people may starve to death. Okay. That's a prolonged period of abnormally low rainfall leading to water shortage. For example, the drought has left farmers struggling to save their crops. And about starve to death means to die due to a lack of food. For example, without relief efforts, many could starve to death during the famine. And part B is about effects. Earthquake hits Kashmir. Late last night, a sudden earthquake struck the region of Kashmir on the borders of India and Pakistan, and hundreds of people are thought to have lost their lives as buildings collapsed while they slept. Thousands have now been evacuated, but there are fears that many are still trapped inside their homes, so the death toll could rise. The damage has already been considerable, and the next 48 hours will be crucial, not only to rescue more people, but also to try to maintain supplies of water and electricity. Please keep this text in your mind. So, Hit somebody or something means to strike or affect someone or something forcefully. For example, the earthquake hit the city, causing widespread destruction. And collapse, to fall down or give way suddenly, often due to weakness or damage. For example, the building began to collapse after the explosion. Evacuated somebody, to move someone to a safer place due to danger. For example, the firefighters evacuated residents from the burning building. Fear, a strong feeling of worry or anxiety about danger or harm. For example, there was fear of another tsunami after the earthquake. Trap somebody means to catch or confine someone in a dangerous or difficult situation. For example, rescue workers are trying to free people trapped under the rubble. This told the number of people who have died as a result of an accident, disaster, or conflict. For example, the death toll from the hurricane has risen to 200. And about considerable, significant or large in amount, size, or importance. For example, the earthquake caused considerable damage to the infrastructure. Crucial, extremely important or necessary. For example, it is crucial to provide food and water to survivors quickly. Rescue somebody, to save someone from a dangerous or harmful situation. For example, the Coast Guard rescued several fishermen stranded at sea. And maintain something, to keep something in a specific state or condition, often to preserve it. Okay? Make something continue at a certain level. For example, emergency workers work hard to maintain communication lines during the crisis. A supply, to provide something that is needed or wanted, an amount of something that you need.